Okay, I'm back. Let's get started on this.
The following day, Lieutenant Koenig, you were found by the Metz Highway, along with Sergeant Robert and 8 survivors.
Yes, sir.
I have nothing to hide, sir.
It's quite a story, but it seems we'll have to believe you.
General, just give me another...
Lieutenant!
Honestly, would they have expected, like, huge demon things after the first Shadow Hearts? Oh well.
Karen, I've already decided to do that. I'm sending you back to that village. But this time you'll be a guide.
Me, a guide?
Our
Or a
forces
dummy.
invaded France from the north and have managed to push back the Western Front beyond the Meuse River. But that village alone has stubbornly refused to surrender to us, and continues to remain outside the Empire's grasp. Dom Remy may be beautiful, but it has absolutely no strategic value to us.
Then why take over the
But for the
damn thing
honor
in the
of the
first
Empire,
place? Honest
we
to
must not
God.
allow anyone, or anything, to stand against us. Even if we have
Now we get to meet a
face
new person.
demon itself. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
This is Cardinal Nicholas Conrad. He's come all the way from the Vatican.
Oh, in all honesty, he looks a little too young to be a cardinal. You'll like him now, but eventually he becomes a bit unlikable later on.
1915. Early spring. The world is in the middle of a huge upheaval. It started with a single shot, and the fire of war spread within a single instant. All of Europe was engulfed, and the struggle soon grew into the first worldwide war the human race had ever known. From a corner of this battlefield, our story begins once again.
So this is just a little bit of World War I history for you, if you don't know it. And this cutscene may not seem to make any sense at all, but eventually it becomes more understandable later on. So keep watching. And for those who played the original Shadow Hearts, the old guy, the spike in his grandma's shoulder, will be a little bit familiar. He also appears later on, so. Now we get our first meat of interactivity, so here we go.
Is this your first time at the Vatican?
Yes.
I need to do some careful preparation before we go to Dom Remy. There's a certain item that I must have in order to complete this mission.
A certain item?
Yes, a sort of good luck charm. It's used for exorcisms.
And that's where we're going now?
Yes, it's inside a Poina Tower, also known as the Tower of Atonement.
Nice place.
It seems you know of it. For many, many years, dangerous heretics and others like them were kept imprisoned there. It's filled with the spirits of those who went mad from the torture.
Sounds like fun.
That's why it's a safe resting place for the item that I seek.
But why am I coming?
Well, to get to the top of the tower, I need your help. I'll feel much safer if you're with me.
Plus, you're expendable. Though in all honesty, in the actual gameplay, Karen is a bit more of a handicap. And I can explain later on once we actually get into the battle system.
It's this way, Lieutenant.
Now in this, I'm not going to read to the stuff that's on the screen, because I obviously think you can read it as well. Only if it makes certain significance will repeat it, but not this time. Just explains that this is your first dungeon. And that glowing thing at the front is a save point, so use it. And now our first battle. No, we don't need the introductory stuff. Shadow Hearts includes two really unique systems. The first is the Judgment Ring, which you're seeing, which you can execute certain attacks and spells and whatnot. The second is the SP gauge, that red gauge at the bottom, or at the very right. That diminishes per turn. So, if you lose all SP, then your character goes into a berserk state, which means you won't be able to control him. And this is the special attack ring. It looks a lot different from the physical attack ring. So, and you see the red thing on the turn interval? That means that character's going to go berserk eventually. Unfortunately, I think that Nikolai can handle all of this single-handedly, but I don't see. But the game forces you to have Karen. And additionally, you can do the different attacks. You can do a standard attack, a hard hit, high angle, knockdown. It's useful in combos. The last attack you saw was a hard hit.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Kind of easy, but not quite. You still get beaten by them. So don't forget to cure fairly often. And I'm going to pause here for now, so that's just to show what the